Hey, welcome back to the channel. I am really glad you're here. You know, I get contacted constantly from companies who want me to try out their product, demonstrate their product on the channel, and I decline probably 90+%, probably 98% of those products. But today's video is going to be a little bit different because a company reached out to me called ONWOTE, and they are a security camera company. And, you know, I thought, is that going to really fit this channel? But I think it will, because you know, we live out here, we've got a lot of equipment, and, you know, security is important. You want to make sure that your family's protected, that your equipment is safe, and one of the best ways to do that is to be able to monitor your property, either when you're here or even when you're off site. So I agreed to test out this security camera system, so stick around. Let's go inside and check it out. So let's take a look at what's in the box and some of the components that are included with the system. Of course, instructions are always important. I will probably follow these. You know, I'm not always one to follow instructions, but this is going to take a little bit of understanding, I'm sure. First thing I see is that there are 4 very nice cables included. The Cat, I don't know if they're Cat 5, Cat 6, but they're network cables, and they are 60 feet long each. So you've got 4 of those, which is very nice. Now I happen to have a pretty long house here, so to do the full install, I'm probably going to have to get some additional cables or some extenders to do that. But I think for most houses, garages, shops, I think 60 feet will work out pretty well. There are 4 cameras included in this package. Now you can get packages of, I think, up to 8 cameras. I don't know how far it's extendable or expandable, but this one has 4 cameras included. And let's take a look. Take the paper off. lots of mounting hardware falling out, but they are nice looking cameras. I can feel that they are metal housing, not just plastic cameras. So they seem like they're pretty well made. We'll see when we set them up and test them out. They are adjustable, and you can rotate them completely around, so that'll be really nice. You'll just mount that either to a soffit, or they can be mounted to a wall. So a lot of universal mounting options there. What is really nice about these is that they are powered by and through the Ethernet network cable. So you don't have to run additional power to these cameras. It's going to be powered from the unit and go directly through the network cable. You'll have audio, video, and power, which is called PoE, power over Ethernet. So that's very nice. Take out those other 3 cameras. And inside this box of accessories, we've got the power supply for the main camera recording unit, which is down here. There's a mouse and basically just a power cord that we'll be using when we set that up. Now this is the DVR, the recorder device, and all the cameras are powered from this unit. Now this camera does have a connection to your phone. There's an app that you'll install, and then you can monitor your cameras remotely. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. But this has 8 ports. So you could run up to 8 cameras apparently from this one recorder. And it has an HDMI cable connection. So you can plug a monitor in to set it up. Now I actually bought a separate monitor, a little 7-inch monitor that I'm going to set up because I have a little kind of a network cabinet that I've dedicated to all my internet and cable modem and all that as well. So that's where I'm going to set this up. And I've got a little tiny HDMI monitor that I hopefully will work with this, so I can just monitor the setup from there. So that is about what's included with the package. So now we can start to set some things up. This is my dedicated cabinet for all my router, modem, internet type things. I've got everything coming into this cabinet. The wall behind it is my basement stairs. So I've got an open wall. I can run wires up through the attic. I can run wires down through the basement, and they can all come here to this spot here. So this is the back of the DVR. This is that little monitor that I bought separately. I'll put a link in the description to check this out as well. Isn't that cute? Aww. And that just hooks up with an HDMI cable. So I've got the DVR here, and I'm going to plug it in. I've got the power set up top there into a I like to plug everything into a UPS system so that if we lose power, we'll still have internet, and we should still be able to record video even if we lose power, and really with this one, even if we lose internet. So that's powered up, and we'll plug the internet in, and these are the ports for the cameras. Alright, so I've got this network cable plugged into my modem, my router, and that plugs in there. Got the power here. HDMI cable is going to go from here to the little monitor. Now you can hook this to a big monitor obviously for setup, but I'm going to see if this works for me. There we go. There's a default login for the system, and you can change that password, but for now we'll just use the preset password to log in. And since there's no keyboard, you have to do it with the mouse, which works pretty well. Initial setup is easy but a little bit tedious, especially with this small monitor. I think for setup it'd be nice to have a full-size monitor. There's a little QR code for downloading the app, and that makes it pretty easy to do. We'll just get the app and go from there. Now just for a test, I hooked up one of the cameras. You can see here there are 8 slots on the screen for cameras. I only have 4 cameras, so I won't be filling up the screen, but what's nice is you can double click on the image and enlarge it to full screen. As with anything, there are pros and cons with installing these types of systems. Of course, pros and cons are subjective because the pros often outweigh the cons. Now, the challenge with installing one of these PoE systems is the fact that you need to run a network cable from the camera all the way back to the DVR, or actually the NVR in this case, which is a network video recorder. Now, the beauty is you don't have to run any additional power to these cameras because they're powered over Ethernet, PoE, so everything goes through one single cable: power, audio, and video. So that's a pro, but again, it's challenging because you have to either run wires through your attic or through your basement or crawl space, and if you're an avid DIYer, you'll be fine, but it's not as easy as a wireless system. Once you have the camera mounted in the general vicinity of where you want it, you can rotate the camera, tilt it up and down, and really fine-tune it to the exact shot that you need with the camera. Now, not being wireless is kind of a pro. You're going to have a more stable picture, you're going to have better image quality. If you lose internet, you're still going to be able to record audio and video, and in my case, using a battery backup, even if I lose power and internet, I can still have full recordings from all my cameras. Check this out. When you connect your Ethernet cable to the camera, you get an indicator light to show that you do have connection. That's nice. The cameras are weather resistant, and there are some connectors which make your network plugs also relatively weather resistant as well. A little tricky. But that seals it. Here we are back at the cabinet. There's the monitor. We've got our little test camera set up, so there we are. But you can see I've got the back door here, the front door. I didn't have enough cable to run to my driveway, so I'm going to have to pick up probably a 100-footer for that. 60 feet just wasn't enough for the route that I had to take to run the cable. So we'll do a test here in a little bit at nighttime. One of the benefits of these cameras is that they will sense the difference between a person and a vehicle, and they also have good night vision as well. I can tell you what I already really like about this system is the mobile app. I love the idea of having remote access, and you can rotate the phone to get a bigger image quality or bigger image area. You also can just simply double tap the one that you want to see larger, double tap to go back. You can also zoom in, and there's good detail. These are good quality cameras. You can pan around. Now this is just panning the image. You're not actually moving or zooming the camera. You're just zooming in on the image. Now you can add cameras that has that control where you can zoom and tilt and all that. Apparently that control is built into this system, but these cameras don't have that. These are just stationary cameras. The image quality of these cameras seems really good. They record and display in HD. Then I can tap back to all 4 cameras there. And playback is done simply through here too. So you can hit the playback and you can look at any of the cameras and scrub through and play them wherever you want. Just by scrubbing through like that. Now I do already have a wireless camera system set up here on the property, and I'm largely satisfied with it. But it's lacking in a couple of ways, and this one's going to make up for that. One thing I really like about these type systems is that they record round the clock, whereas my current system only records when it senses motion, and sometimes it misses it. Not only do these record round the clock, but they record locally to this recorder right behind me, which means there are no subscriptions, no monthly fees, no annual fees. You buy the system once and you're done. Well, looks like it got dark outside. Let's go. I'm recording with my iPhone right now. It's very dark outside. The brightness of the sky behind me is pretty accurate to what you're seeing on screen here. Now, we'll see what the ONWOTE camera is recording, and as I walk up, you'll notice that it's recording in black and white, but it has a set of security lights that'll come on when I get close once it recognizes my motion, and that'll give us the ability, or that'll make it record in color. So these are nice bright lights, and this is what it looks like recording in a very dark situation. Hey, thanks for watching today. If you're interested in a system like this, there are some links in the description that you can check out for yourself. Now, I still have some learning to do, but overall, I think that this camera system is going to be more stable than the wireless system that I currently have set up. So, thanks again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.